Welcome to Wallyboy and my digital Vernier gauge. Well, this is an unboxing and first impressions of these budget digital verniers. Now, the reason I bought these is because I wanted something a little bit easier to see than my Rabone Chesterman or even my Miniatura, anyway, whatever you like to call them, okay? The thing is, you see, when the light shines on, they're a little bit hard to see. So it kind of made sense to have some digital, with actual numbers. And that gives me the finite, result, the actual measurement itself. It just seemed to make sense. Anyways, I thought to myself, I know, let's find the cheapest digital vernier gauges on Amazon. That's where I found this. And the first thing I noticed was that. The logo. That logo it's almost identical to the Faithful logo. Faithful Tools. You just write Faithful in there, and that'd be the Faithful logo. I don't know why you'd want to copy another budget brand for a logo. But you see, I wanted to make sure the ones I got were metal. I didn't want the plastic ones. You can buy really cheap plastic ones, about €5 on Temu, you know what I mean? But these were $16.99, and I got these on Amazon, as you can see there. And they cost the princely sum of $17.99, which I thought that was pretty reasonable. Not bad, really, is it? Now, we're going to be opening these up. I think it makes sense, doesn't it? Otherwise, it's not an unboxing, is it? And I'll put it on the older overhead camera just so you can have a bird's eye view. Oh, there we go. We have got our vernier gauge. And I've got my knife. And this is a opener knife. Stainless one. Well, apparently these are stainless steel. Metric and imperial dual reading. Extra large display screen. That suits me. Hardened stainless steel. That's the thing about vernier gauges. If they're not hardened, they'll just wear on the jaws, and then your measurements will be off. It'll be pointless. 4 measurement functions, fine adjustment roller, and complete with storage case. All right. Now this one doesn't have a fine adjustment roller. No, not at all. Now, I've got myself some drill bits here, so we can then look at the actual measurements as well. I've also got a steel rule here. It'll be interesting to see if, for instance, if I set this to 10 millimeters, that the actual measurement is 10 millimeters. There you go. It's actually 10 millimeters with the digital gauge. So anyway, let's open it up and see what we get. Let's say it's $17.99. It seemed really, really cheap. Too good to be true, almost. I've got all the usual features, such as your depth gauge, internal measurement jewels, plus your external measurement jewels as well. And 150 millimeters long. Oh, it's upside down. And 6 inches? Yeah, 6 inches. Right, so we have a little box, little blow molded type box, which is reasonably solid. And we just pop it open here. To be fair, the box you get with the anyway, the box you get with these ones, how do you pronounce that? Mitutoyo? Oh, anyway, they're Japanese ones. And I've had these long while. I bought these from excess school stock from college, actually, years and years ago. And, they're good. They are not as good as these. These are really nice quality. And what I really notice is the jaws don't move. So you can squeeze them up as hard as you possibly can, and you don't alter the measurement. Whereas these ones have a little bit of flex in them because they're lighter duty, They're still good, though. There's nothing really wrong with them. So, what I'm excited I am here. What are they going to be like? Now, I hope it comes with a battery. Oh, well. I need to cut through the tape there and there. See if I can get into it now. Didn't want to let me in. No. Not coming in. Skin on my chinny chin. Okay, so we have some instructions here. Electronic digital caliper. Well, I've always called them verniers because probably the guy who invented them or something. A bit like Hoover, you know. There's a word for that term, isn't it? When you get like skill saw is a trade name for a circular saw, but we call it, it's actually a circular saw, even though we call it skill saw. All right, so measurement range 0 to 150 millimeters, or 6 inches. Okay, is that a different size one? Or 0 to 200 millimeters, 8 inches, but this is the 150 millimeter version. And then it gives you all these different increments and what have you, plus or minuses. Maximum measuring speed 1.5 meters per second, so it's pretty darn quick. Linear capacitive measuring system. So I imagine it's taking the measurements off either a magnet or something in there, or little increments along there somehow. Otherwise, how's it doing it? Must be some way of doing it, you know. Now I've got a few things with similar sort of digital measuring mechanisms, like this one from a thicknesser, aftermarket one for the thicknesser, which works nicely. I've got my height measurement for my table saw as well, and there's other bits and pieces as well, working on very much a similar principle. Quite often a very similar looking device on the side. It's like they plonk it onto all sorts of things. It's actually quite heavy, which I like things to have a bit of weight in them. I'll be actually honest with you. I don't like things that are too lightweight. Let me get some scales and let's see how heavy it is. Right, where are my scales? We have some scales that we do. So let's just turn them on. They've got to just zero themselves. There you go. How much does this weigh? 165 grams. Reassuringly weight. It feels weighty. Now, the other thing I would say is, you see, when you get this, right, everything feels like there's no movement at all. No movement. All right? Get this one here. No movement apart from the bits you want to move. The first thing I've noticed with this particular vernier is it's rattling a little bit. Yeah, the depth adjuster is a bit slop in it. It's a bit sloppy. Okay? You see this depth adjuster on here? Can you see the difference? Yeah, I can see that under the camera or not. On the camera. But the bone Chesterman, there's no play in that whatsoever. Well, a little tiny little bit of movement, hardly anything. This one, as I can see here, I don't suppose it really matters, but you know, there's a bit of slop in there. I'd rather there wasn't. Also, this feels like it's been pressed and not actually machined or anything. It feels pressed. Am I being finicky? Am I expecting too much for 17 quid? 17.99, 18 euros. This one here. Let's have a look at that. How much slop was in this one to make a comparison? Oh, I'll tell you what I have noticed. The little piece here on here, it's fell off. It's missing. That holds that on there. I didn't even realise. First time I've ever noticed. Well, it's been like that for a very long time, so that might be the reason they were selling them off. A long time ago, then. So, okay, we've got those two verniers there, and now we've got this new one. The scales can be moved over out of the way. We have the box, and we have a magnet. So let's... Oh, not magnet. What we talk about? You have an extra button cell. Probably because it was on when we got out of the box. So they give you an extra one, because obviously the battery's going to be flat. Or flatter. Oh, crikey. I'm a little bit disappointed. That is just... It doesn't feel good. Look at that. That is sloppy. Why is that sloppy? Right, okay. I know that 18 quid, but you know, I'd expect a little bit better than that. You know when things, when you buy things and they fail on some of the simplest things. I think they have here. You know, that should have been so easy to make sure that is actually, you know, engaging properly. It doesn't feel even like it's sitting on there properly. It works, you know, it does its job, moves it backwards and forwards. So what you've got to do is, you see, when using these, you have to bring the two jaws together. They do marry up nicely, give them their dues there. They're married up, no problems at all. So you push them up reasonably tight, okay? And then you have to zero it. So you press the 0. Oh, same, yeah, 0. And then from that, you can then move it across until, or open it up until you get your measurement. In this case, let's get to about 10 millimeters. Oh, crikey, it's not easy. Exactly on 10. I don't think you can do it. She's just so fine. Oh, I did it. Okay, we're on 10 millimeters. So let's set these Rabone Chesterman to 10 millimeters. Let's see if the measurement is the same. Within, you know, a gnat's whisker, obviously. Yes. So although I don't think the quality is as good, obviously, you know, you have to spend quite a bit of money to get high quality verniers, to be fair. But these are sliding over there. Any slop in it? What, I've actually moved it. Let's squeeze up onto there. What's it saying? A gnat's whisker. That is, I mean, that's a tiny little bit. Put it back onto 10. Is it still on 10 on? Yeah. Yeah, 10 millimeters. It might be because I had that. I was twisting it a little bit. So they seem accurate enough. Now let's see if we're on a different range. Just bring us back down to say 60 millimeters. We're there, just there, 60 millimeters. All right, so we've done 10, which is obviously closer range. Just bring it out a bit onto 60 millimeters and see whether or not that is good. Make sure it's in line. Yeah, that's 59.97. We are talking about a tiny, well, 99. So there's, yeah, 60. So it work? Yeah, it's definitely there. That's it, 60. So that it seems accurate at that. Let's have full extent. Let's set full extent first. I still think they're good value. I can't argue with that. They are good value. I just wish. See, the thing is, even if they are cheap, there's certain things that are really easy to achieve in manufacturing. It doesn't have to be difficult. And when they get the real simple things wrong, it's tightening up as I go along, you know. What is that? That's weird. That's why. Screws tight. You've got a locking screw on the side here. That was a bit tight. There you go. 150-ish. Let's see whether or not. Put that on there and tighten it up onto there. Oh, hang on. Get on there, you. I don't intend to do any fine engineering work with these, so yeah. That's hard. Yeah, they are pretty much there, aren't they? I can hold them on. Dang. I need to get a bit of squeeze it onto there without. What am I doing? I'm pulling against the wrong bit. I'm being an idiot. I've got more fingers than thumbs. Right, let's see if we can get that on there. Hang on. Oh, I just do that. Oh, that makes more sense. Right, we're nearly there. Bear with us. Oh, blimey. You know what? You know what I can do? Why don't I just put that in there, just gently? Right. very gently, obviously. And it's set to 150 still. And now I've got 2 hands. That makes more sense, doesn't it? You know? So internally, on the big jaws, 1489. So it's pretty down there. You're pretty much on the ball, really. 14993. Yes. Yeah. So I don't want to marl the calipers. There you go. Yes, there. And on the end here as well. Pretty much on the ball, really. There you go. So, although these are far better quality, as you see here, they actually got like a little rebate inside there in the machining. It just fits lovely, you know. Everything like works. This one here has a machined fitting here. It's just they're well made. Okay, this is not well made, but it's cheap. To be fair, what do I expect? Now you got your, like I say, you got the internal and external jaws. So external, internal jaws, plus you got your depth here. So you measure the depth of the mortars, for instance, with that little piece there. So, okay, are they worth it? Of course they are. You know, that sort of money, you know, they're definitely worth it. You can also change from imperial to a metric if you want. So, you know, no matter where you are, you've got the benefit of both worlds. So, at least this one is stainless, unlike some of the plastic ones I have seen. And you've got some Whitworth and metric ISOs on the back here as well. Let's just remove a bit of plastic. There you go. So, there are my new verniers, which I will be using in the workshop because my eyes ain't as good as they used to be. No, they are not. So it should be a bit easier, shouldn't it? Anyway, it's time for me to go, so I'll say toodaloo, you know. So toodaloo, but please boot with the old like button and maybe subscribe to the channel because then you get a warm, fuzzy feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. Yeah, there you go. Toodaloo.